So welcome to the next video. In this video, we're going to look at writing prompts. Prompt is just something to, it's basically your writing assignment. So what you have to write about. So if we look at page 186, if you stop and read on 186, in assignments and tests, you write an essay or a paragraph, you respond to a prompt. So that's basically what they want you to write about. All right, so we're going to look at page 186 in your book. They're going to tell you what you should do before a test. What I want you to do is to pause the video and then read right here. So go ahead and pause and quickly read this, and then when you're ready, unpause the video and we can cover all of these. All right, let's look at some of these in a little more detail. So explain. Explain. Tell about the ways in which X is complicated, make X as clear and understandable as possible. So what does that basically mean? This means simplify something that's complex. Take something that's complicated and make it easy to understand. Explain. So maybe your writing prompt is explain how a climate change affects ocean levels. So just some examples, things you could write about. You could talk about greenhouse gases and how greenhouse gases help create global warming. And then global warming melts the ice caps. So at the North Pole and the South Pole, the ice melts, and then that creates rising sea levels. This is just a very basic example. Okay, maybe explain the causes of the whatever war. So it's a complicated topic, causes of a war, but you want to make it as simple as possible. So maybe you can write about the economic reasons for war, or political reasons, or social reasons, or maybe some historical reasons for whatever war you need to write about in history. So you're trying to make something that's difficult to understand as simple as possible. Explain. Now discuss. Consider all the different elements of X. Elements meaning pieces. So this means give a broad, wide answer. Write about the many different parts of something. Here's your example. The causes of poverty in urban areas. Well, you want to discuss all the different pieces. This could be many, or it could just be a few. It depends on how much time you have to write your essay. So maybe you could write about unemployment, education opportunities, housing issues, or maybe government policies, or social issues, or personal issues. Discuss the impact of globalization on cultural diversity. That is your writing topic. So we're going to take a big, wide topic and think about the pieces. So just for example, you can write about, well, globalization spreads cultures and ideas. And maybe an impact, right? An effect. An impact would be an effect. So causes the loss of local traditions. And the global ideas might become more powerful than local traditions. Evaluate. Discuss the significance or validity of X. This means consider all sides of an issue. Give your judgment. So you need to give both sides or many sides and then what you think. Your judgment is what you think. So here's an example. Evaluate the effectiveness of online learning in schools. So is online learning effective? So perhaps, for example, you can write about the pros, such as the flexibility of learning online or self-paced learning. You can learn at your own speed. You could also look at the cons, technical issues. Sometimes people can't afford computers, they can't afford the internet. And then you would give your opinion. What do you think of the effectiveness of online learning? Another example, evaluate the impact of social media on political activism. Okay, maybe you could talk about the positives. Ability to raise awareness of political issues and the easiness, the simplicity of spreading messages. Then you could talk about the negatives and then give your opinion. So evaluate is what you think. Give the issues, give the sides, and then say what you think. Next we have illustrate. Give examples with details. So explain or show. Illustrate means show by giving examples. Illustrate the concept of renewable energy with real-world examples. So maybe you could write about, well, what is renewable energy? And then you can define it and then give examples. Solar power, wind power, and water power. All right, show how Renaissance art from the 1400s, 1500s, how that influences modern culture. So maybe you could talk about Renaissance painting techniques that still are used today. Or there's classical Renaissance themes used in today's architecture. Or how some Renaissance artists are used in pop culture today. Compare. So often this will be compare and contrast. How are things similar? How are they different? This means, well, identify and explain how they're the same, how they're different. Compare renewable and non-renewable energy sources. So, For example, maybe you could write about their differences and their similarities. Well, renewable and non-renewable energies sources both produce power, but some you can use again and again and again, but some they will run out eventually. Compare the movements of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Both of these people were activists. Gandhi in India and Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States. So maybe you could write about their similarities. They both believed in nonviolence. But their causes. Gandhi was focused on independence. Martin Luther King Jr. was focused on civil rights. Describe. Describe all the features of X in a logical sequence. So write about it logically. Write about it step by step. Logically or step by step. Here's a scientific example. Describe the process of photosynthesis. So you would do step by step. Plants absorb sunlight. They convert it to energy. Plants produce oxygen. The process of voting in an election. So perhaps you could write about how to register to vote. Voters go to their place to vote. How they actually vote. So you'll do a logical process. First, second, third, fourth, then finally. And then maybe how the votes are counted. And analyze. Okay, divide it into parts and discuss how the parts are related to the whole. This means you will break down the topic from big to small and show how all the parts are connected. So analyze the impact of social media on teenagers. Maybe you could write about how social media affects communication of teenagers. How social media affects self-esteem and mental health in teenagers. And you connect these to social media's overall impact on teenagers. Analyze the reasons people move to cities. Maybe you could write about different reasons. Job opportunities, education opportunities, access to health care. All right, so to review, explain means to simplify a complicated topic. Discuss means to talk about something widely or broadly. The different parts of a wide topic. Evaluate means to look at both sides and to make a judgment. Say what you think about it. Is it right or is it wrong? Do you think A? Do you think B? Illustrate. Provide detailed examples to show something. Identify similarities and differences with compare. Describe means to explain something logically or step by step. Analyze, break it into smaller parts and explain how they relate to the whole. Now let's look at page 187. You've got 5 different prompts. So number 1 is discuss. Number 2 is explain. Number 3 is compare. Number 4 is evaluate. Number 5 is describe. So if you look at C, choose 2 prompts. So what I would like you to do is to pause the video, choose 2 prompts, and just write some notes, maybe an outline. Like number 1, you've got a little outline here. So choose 2 prompts and create an outline. You don't have to write a whole paragraph. I'm not going to take these. I just want you to do this for yourself. And after you've done that, you can watch this video. Start this video again, and I will give you some examples that I got. I asked ChatGPT to give me some examples, and they're okay. They're not bad. So I will show you some examples that I pulled from the internet. All right. Discuss the reasons for workplace violence and school violence. You can pause the video. You can read this. All right. Here is your topic sentence. Workplace and school violence can happen for many reasons. Now, they don't tell you the subtopics. I think that would be nice if it said the subtopics. I think this paragraph would be a lot better if there was an introduction sentence too. But there's your topic sentence. Workplace and school violence can happen for many reasons. Okay, one major reason, stress. Another reason could be lack of communication or conflict resolution skills. Additionally, that means next, also, some people experience bullying, exclusion, or discrimination. And then we've got a concluding sentence here. So this paragraph isn't bad. It's logical. It gives you good examples. I would just like to see the topic sentence maybe say stress, lack of skills, communication skills, and bullying, discrimination. I would like the subtopics to be listed here, and I think this paragraph would be better if there was an introduction sentence here. Something like, workplace and school violence has become more common these days, and it can happen for many reasons. So this paragraph is okay, but maybe it can add a little bit more. So let's see, maybe we can add a little bit. There's your introduction sentence and your subtopics. So that makes this paragraph a little bit better, but the rest of the paragraph is not bad. Okay, simplify a complicated topic. So we have a topic sentence. So socioeconomic factors influence both the types of crimes people commit and the likelihood of facing punishment. Okay, socioeconomic factors influence both the type of crimes people commit and the likelihood of facing punishment. Okay, and then the paragraph discusses people from poor backgrounds, and then, on the other hand, wealthy people. And then our our concluding sentence basically summarizes the paragraph. This is a really hard topic. So to do this in one paragraph is pretty hard, I think. But this is not bad. It gives reasons why people from lower socioeconomic groups commit crimes and how they go to jail and prison a lot more, and people from higher socioeconomic groups do not go to jail as much, do not get punished as much. Okay, compare the crime profiles of men and women. There's your topic sentence. Men and women commit different types of crime. Okay, that's good. I would like to see maybe a introduction sentence here. I think that would be better. And then you've got a summary of the paragraph right here at the end. Your concluding sentence is a summary. But I think this might be a little bit better with a introduction sentence. So let's try that. Okay, I think that's better. Add a introduction sentence. Both men and women commit crimes. However, they commit different types of crimes. Evaluate the term victimless crime. All right, so this is good because it defines what is a victimless crime. A victimless crime is where no one is directly harmed. And there's your topic sentence. However, this term can be debated. Okay, then you've got one side of the argument. Some people believe. But the other side, but actions can still hurt society. Right? Some people think victimless crime, nobody is hurt, but people do get hurt. And then here is the judgment. While the term victimless crime says there's no victim, it still is bad for people. So there is the judgment. There is no victimless crime. Victimless crime hurts people. Describe how a person may become the victim of identity theft. Well, first, they define what a victim of identity theft, what happens to them. All right, so their identity is stolen, and then they describe logically, step by step, what happens. A thief steals information. Then they use the stolen information to open credit cards, take out loans, steal money. All right, this isn't too bad, but I think a better topic sentence might work on this. Something like before. Identity theft used to only happen to a small amount of people, but nowadays, more and more people are becoming victims of identity theft. Something like that would make this paragraph a little bit better. So here is maybe a better introduction. All right, so I hope this video has been helpful to introduce you to some of the common ways to write a writing prompt for tests or essays. So we'll probably do this in class as well. So please review these, and then we'll look at these again in class. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.